Hello, my impatience. How art thou? I am live and I'm ready to perform for all of you. What is going on, my impatience? I hope you will come filing in momentarily. I hope you will engage with me. I hope you will make me happy and be here, because I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone tonight. Not today. It's 10 p.m. tonight. I don't want to be alone tonight. I don't want to be alone, lone, 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 lone. All right. So let's go to my art folder. I think the last time So I'm going to go over some artwork which I created. Okay, so I'm going to describe to you this one, obviously. This is Poppy and the Wildman, social media legends. This is my father and I, from 2016, 2017, 2018, I guess 2019. And that's about, when we were rocking and rolling on social media. However, in recent years and months, I don't have much of a relationship with my father anymore. And, I attributed it to obviously thinking of him as a monster behind his mask, a sadistic deceiver. And, I think that's eroded and ruined our relationship. My accusations of betrayal. But, this is obviously a warm drawing that's, you know, paying tribute to the time when we were running wild and we were social media legends together. However, I think those days are behind us, unfortunately. But, you know, it's really unfortunate because I just don't trust him. I don't believe him anymore. But, this is obviously a drawing that's paying homage to happier times for what it's worth. The next one, you see God in heaven, and God says to me, the pop superstar fan, "You are what it is, Andrew, my greatest creation." And I say, "Thanks, God, you rule." Um, some people say it's really interesting to see that the Carrot Man, the Carrot Man made it to heaven with you. Yeah, I guess and I made God a redheaded woman with a yellow shirt and green pants. And I'm obviously a pop superstar fan, and I'm wearing my Adidas Superstar sneakers, and God says, "You are what it is, Andrew, my greatest creation." And I say to God, "Thanks, God, you rule," and that's us in heaven together. So, and somebody asks, "Who is the Carrot Man?" Well, it's a vegetable, that's for sure. It's somebody who's a vegetable. And last but not least, you see me looking at a pop superstar on social media who's rich and famous. Although she's not a fictional character, she's a real person. In a lot of ways, she is like a fictional character because my daydream about her isn't real. And there's wrestlers too, who I'm obviously, a fan of. But nobody is coming to save me. They have no clue who I am. The pop superstar, the wrestlers. I'm wasting my life, you know. And I need to stop wasting my life, you know. Somebody says about my song that I created today, "I'm the badass of the group home." Yeah, thank you, thank you. That was off the cuff, which makes it impressive. I can do anything off the cuff. It was off the cuff, which makes it impressive. Off the cuff, off the cuff. I'm the badass of the group home. And all those sexy group home ladies. They say, wow, Andrew's the suavest. Mm. Horn Dog says about the Leah Rolands murder. He remembers that. It was horrible. Yeah, they put it on America's Most Wanted. Um, many years ago. I think Billy Brossman's killer too is pretty horrible as well. Let's look at that. Like I think he's Billy Brossman's murder. Let's look up him. Yeah, some people suspect he might be the I-70 serial killer. Yeah, I used to watch America's Most Wanted back in the day, and I don't know. So hopefully they capture and apprehend these fugitives. It's been, obviously over 20 years for some of them, but somebody says Leah Roland's killer definitely has the same build as your stepfather, but most likely it's not him. Yeah, I don't think it's my stepfather. I'll share with you the photograph, but yeah, I think the likelihood of my stepfather being Leah Roland's. I mean, you never know. I mean, you can suspect, but I don't think he really is Leah Roland's killer. Obviously, I just used to be fascinated with the show America's Most Wanted. But let me share it with you for those of you who want to see it. So obviously, this right here on the left, on the far left, is Leah Roland's killer, and the center picture and the picture on the right is my stepfather. I can see a resemblance, but it's unfortunate he was never caught. I don't think my stepfather is actually the murderer, but yeah, I mean, I can see a slight resemblance, especially with the jacket and. Somebody said, "Yeah, this is on the right. That's my stepfather in 1999, and apparently Leah Roland's murder happened in. I mean, I think the picture, especially on the right, but I don't think it's the same guy. I don't think it's the same guy, but obviously, I suspected it might have been. But toggle the switch off. Every accusation against your stepfather of sadism erodes the relationship, and he's not Leah Roland's killer. You know, obviously, I think there's a kernel of truth to that delusion, though, because obviously, um, I think from 2005 to 2011, when I was running, I think he was trying to kill me while creating a facade. He wasn't. They might say it was your choice. You were self-destructive. You were self-sabotaging. You were doing it to yourself. Maybe, but maybe he was, so maybe he was trying to get away with murder from 2005 to 2011 when I was exercising to a great deal. But I don't think he's Leah Roland's killer, though. So he says he probably tried to do this because his daughter, my stepsister, his daughter and my stepsister didn't like me. Yeah, I think my family was trying to hurt me from 2005 to 2011 because of the intergender wrestling in I guess 2003 2004. Um, you know. It's just the reality, basically. So he says you figured out the reality about a year ago now, but they didn't really disclose to me that was the reason they were torturing me. But I've discovered the truth. I've come to the realization that's the reason. Um, for what it's worth. La, 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 la. Yeah. Um, Life is a game of chess. This is like the movie Pawn Sacrifice. I'm just a pawn and you're sick. I'm like the chess master Bobby Fischer. I'm just a pawn in your sick game. I'm just a pawn in your game. And I don't want to be a pawn in your sick game. I don't want to be a pawn in your game. Damn it, I don't want to be a pawn in your sick game. I don't want to be a pawn in your game. I'm hungry, but I don't really think I should be driving. I guess I could walk to a pizzeria, or I don't know. I'm hungry. I don't want to call my mother. My mother's like really nasty with me. She's like, I'm gonna call the cops on you and put you in the psych ward. But I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I want some fucking food. No, well, I can drive to Taco Bell, but I might be under the influence. Well, not under the influence, not in my right mind. So, I don't want to. God forbid you drove and killed somebody. You would be going to jail for a long time. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. So maybe I could walk to the pizzeria down the block, but it's cold and I don't want to walk when it's cold. Maybe I'll just go to bed hungry. Go to bed with a growling stomach. I want to call my mom and say, "Yo, Ma, I know you're threatening to put me in the hospital, but make me some food, bitch. Make me some food, bitch." Could you order delivery? That's a great idea. I could get somebody to deliver. Yeah, that's a great idea. But I'm probably not. I'm probably just gonna. I don't even have any bananas in here. I've like literally no food in here. I should say, "Yo, Ma, make me some food, bitch. Make me some food, bitch." I don't know, or some candy. I mean, I gotta get something. Maybe I can walk to All American Burger. Or I don't want to drive my car. They say they say don't drive your car if you're in a bad state of mind. So yeah, you don't want to get into any legal trouble. Legal trouble is what it ain't. So I mean, even if it's just down the block, they say just don't do it. Don't do it. You never know. There might be somebody who's just walking in pitch blackness, and you might accidentally strike them with your car, and you'd be screwed. You'd be fucked. So the moral of the story is if you're impaired, don't drive. But yeah, well, I want to get some wings or some All American Burger or something. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. So he says, why would the warden call the cops on you or put you in the hospital? I think the reason was because I was saying how she pharmacologically abused me and had premeditated intentions to get me to take HIV PrEP, and I was protesting how she tells me the truth, and she's like, if you don't stop accusing me of being a liar and a deceiver, I'm going to put you in the psych ward. So we kind of had like kind of a negative, no pun intended, negative, but a negative evening. But yeah, I'm hungry. I want to eat something. I had like a salmon sandwich from a bakery. I didn't have dinner. I'm like, yo, Mom, make me some dinner. Mom, make me some dinner. But it's like 10 p.m. If I call her up at this time, she's going to scream at like, why are you calling? She's so nasty. She doesn't give me hugs. She always yells at me. She says, call your social worker. She's just such a nasty bitch. My stepfather's miserable too. And my father rage baits. No, basically nobody loves me. Nobody fucking loves me, man. So he says, "That's not right that your mother never hugged you. And you're gonna go to bed hungry." Yeah, I should say, "Yo, ma, make me a salad," or I don't know what could she make me? I don't know. Just make me something. Make me some fucking food. I'm hungry. I got no food in here. I literally have nothing to eat. I'm looking around. I have no bananas. I have nothing to eat in here. And I say, then get something to eat. I mean, but I don't know. Like, is the government strike still going on? Have the SNAP benefits going on? I mean, I don't want to start charging tons of food. I'm hungry. I'm fucking hungry. But Horndome says fire the social worker because he's not helping. Yeah, I really want to lose and fire the social worker, but my mother is gonna fucking like throw a hissy fit and threaten to kick me out and put me in the psych ward and make me homeless. So I don't think I'm gonna be firing him, but she's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna put you in the psych ward or put you on the streets or put you in a group home or put you in, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, yeah, I'm getting nothing out of him. I'm getting nothing out of the sessions, but he's useless. But my mother wants me to see him. It's kind of like just bullshit. It's just a fucking facade. I don't even know why I'm even seeing him. I'm getting nothing out of the fucking sessions. He's not helping me. So he says, your mother controls your life. Yeah, she is a sadistic puppet master who controls my life. But what are you going to do here? What are you going to do? La 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 la. I want some food. Where can I walk to? I can walk to let's check out what time All American Burger closes. I don't want to walk that far, and I don't want to cross a busy street. I'm hungry. Maybe I'll apologize to my mom and say, "Oh, Mom, I'm sorry for accusing you of being a pharmacological abuser and a sexual sadist. Can you make me some dinner?" Like, I could do that. "I'm sorry for accusing you and my stepfather of getting off sexually from my pain and suffering. Can you make me some food?" So just walk to the pizza shop. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't want to drive my car right now, though. I mean, but what are some food places near me that are open? Let's check this out. Let's check out some I don't know why they make my I want to go on Google. What are some food places near me? Open now. The Good Life? No, that's too far. Massapequa Diner. Wingstop. Yeah, I want to go to Wingstop, but that's too far of a walk. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to go to bed hungry. No, I got nothing in here. I got literally nothing to fucking eat. I'm hungry. Literally nothing to eat. Maybe I'll call my mother. Should I call my mother? What do you think? Well, let's check out what time. Should I call my mother? Do you think that's a good idea, or do you think she's just going to scream at me? She says, your mother is punishing you. She's withholding food from you because she's nasty. Yeah, she's like, why are you calling me? This is just apologize to her and ask her some food. Yeah, maybe I should. I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. I need some food, man. So it says your mom might scream though. Yeah, it's because it's late too. Maybe I should just walk to the down the block and get some ice cream or something like that. I have to do something. All right. Life is a game of chess. Yeah, so, obviously my mother and father were screaming at me this evening, which is why I do not want to call my mother. And, as a result, I, you know, went to the supermarket and I got something that kind of relaxed me a little bit. A comfort food or comfort beverage, a pleasure beverage. And, you know, I don't want to really drive, you know. Like, you know what? They're screaming at me. I got to get my mind off of this. So he says, "Does your mother know you've been?" No, she doesn't know. In fact, she would probably threaten to call the hospital or put me in, somewhere if she knew I was. Yeah, but maybe I should just go to bed. Go to bed with a growling, rumbly stomach. Yeah, I'm afraid to confess to the fact that I've had pleasure beverages because my mother would threaten to kick me out. So I don't want to just confess to that, but yeah, we already have enough problems here. Somebody says your mother tells you to go to bed hungry for asking about the truth. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. I should just call her up and say, "Yo, ma, get me some food. Get me some food." You know, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. What do I even have in here? All I probably have is just like some coffee. I have no food in here. I could walk down the block. Maybe there's a pizzeria open. I have like no food in here. I'm hungry, man. I'm hungry. Nothing in here. Let me call my mother. Yeah, let's call my mother. Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah, no, I know you're upset, but I have like no food in here. Do you have anything that I could eat?
You're kidding me, right?
I'm not kidding you.
I'm ready to go down to the police station and get an order of protection against you.
For what?
For what? I'm an elderly woman and you harassed me all night and I'm
All right, I walk to the pizzeria. Just whatever. Yeah. Yeah, she's still being a bitch. Yeah, like no, she because I accused her of pharmacologically abusing me and being a sadist. That's just why she's just nasty and she won't take accountability for anything. Yeah, because I'm hungry. So he says she wants a restraining order. Yeah, I don't think she will actually do that because if she actually got a restraining order against me, I think it could potentially turn into a powder keg, a really volatile situation, and I think she knows that. She already knows. It's she's trying to rage bait me. She's trying to get me to react, and I know she's abused and tortured, and I don't. I think she'd be scared to do that. Like she know, like I think my mother knows. I think my mother knows. This is already kind of you know like I'm already suspicious of her. So he says, your mother knows her place. She knows if she actually gets an order of protection or she goes too far with her rage baiting and narcissistic baiting, it could potentially, like let's say she starts like throwing shit at me and threatening to call the police and threatening to put me in the hospital. Obviously, I might react, and I don't want to react, but if she's being provocative, it might make me react. And I don't think anybody wants any problems. So my mother knows to narcissistically rage bait me to a certain extent because she doesn't want me to really react to her narcissistic rage baiting because that would be problematic. But she's pretty sadistic. She's pretty abusive. But she knows if she goes too far, like getting an order of protection, that could really be disastrous. Somebody says, I think they do want to hospitalize me, but frankly, I'm just not reacting. I'm just trying to just be silent with them, and um, I'm trying to just not react to what they do. They try to push my buttons. They try to get me to scream and shout. They try to get me to throw tantrums. They try to get me to, stoop to their level and but I don't. I just stay silent. I don't react. But if she keeps pushing my buttons, it's kind of like if you keep punching a dog. If you punch a dog and punch a dog and punch a dog, eventually the dog's going to bite. And it's reactive abuse. The reason I'm biting is because she's provoking it. But she's realizing that she's getting to the point where she's maybe hit this dog too much, and eventually something's going to happen if she does it. Like if she gets an order of protection, that could potentially be a punch that will, make me really upset. I'm like the dog that's been beaten, abused. I am the abused dog. I'm like Kylie. Kylie, go potty. I'm like the abused dog. And you can punch and abuse and yell at a dog over and over again. Eventually, the dog's going to bite. When somebody narcissistically rage baits and abuses over and over again, eventually it's going to happen. So just, hopefully it doesn't, but I'm the big dog. Oh, 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 oh. My mother likes power. My mother likes control. My mother likes to be the one in charge. And frankly, she just doesn't want to take accountability for sadistic things she's done. But she knows, right now it's kind of a very. I don't trust her. I don't trust my father. I don't trust my stepfather. And so he says, as long as it doesn't turn physical, you wouldn't go to jail for assault. That's true. Don't punch somebody because you will be going to jail for assault if you do. But let's say my mother has a notorious habit of spitting at you, throwing detergent in your face, and trying to provoke a reaction from you. Especially back in the day. And let's say you think she's a monster behind her mask, and she's spitting at you and throwing shit at you. Just avoid her. Go for a walk. Get out of there. They say punch a wall, but you don't want. I mean, even punching a wall is grounds for hospitalization. But yeah, I mean, she really knows how to push your buttons and narcissistically rage bait, and my father's the same way. They know how to make you fucking go make your mind go bonkers. I think they're both narcissists, basically. I don't know how they were married. I basically just don't react to it. Just be silent and have no relationship with them. It sucks. I'm dependent on these fucking abusive narcissists, basically. She's the no, yeah. My mother and father are the ones who need the hospitalization, definitely. But on paper, I look like the problematic one. No, my mother really is the one who needs to be in the psych ward. All kidding aside, my mother is the problematic one. She's the abusive one. She's the monster. They pinned it on me, but it really is my mother. I'm the scapegoat. She really. I'm like the passive one. She's just sadistic. She's nasty. She's a cunt. She's abusive. She's a bitch. And she doesn't want to take accountability. That's just what she is. Somebody says your mother is pure evil. Well, maybe I don't know. She provides dinner. She provides a place to live. I mean, I think she's pharmacologically abused me. I don't know, pure evil. I mean, I think of like Leah Rowland's killer or Billy Brossman's killer. I don't think she's murdered anybody. Although some would say maybe she has metaphorically murdered you. Somebody says, "Does your mother know Rex Humerman? Maybe she slept with Rex Humerman. You never know. Probably not. She probably doesn't know Rex Humerman, the Long Island serial killer." All right, I think I should probably go to bed. I'm hungry, but I don't know where to go. I just go to bed hungry. I'll have a nice flat belly. Just go to bed hungry. I could be like one of these rappers who lived from rags to riches. Yo, I remember when I went to bed hungry, man. I remember when I went to bed with a growling stomach and my mother refused to feed me. Maybe I could walk to the supermarket and get some sardines. So he says, go to Taco Bell. Should I call my mother? I don't want to harass my mother. I don't want her to call the cops on me. They threatened to call the fucking police on me for telling me. Basically, I say, tell me the fucking truth. And they threatened to call the police on me. It's like, I'll call the police on you if you make me take accountability for my abuse. They would rather hospitalize me than take accountability for their, abuse. It's ridiculous. They would rather gaslight, manipulate, and hospitalize you than take accountability. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go to bed. It's probably for the best. It's approaching 11 p.m. And frankly, calling my mother and asking her. So he says, your mother wants a restraining order. Yeah, don't just fucking avoid my mother. First off, I want no relationship with my father. I don't want much of a relationship with my mother and stepfather either, though I'm financially dependent on them. I mean, I guess the key is to just get independent and get out of here. They're just liars and gaslighters who will just never admit to anything. They'll just say everything's your fault. It's all you. We've never done anything wrong in our lives. It's all you. And it's like, no, that's not true. They say, just go to sleep. They say, just go to sleep. It's all you ever. We've never done a single thing wrong in our lives. It's all you, Andrew. It's delusional. You're delusional. Kylie, go potty. Yeah, whatever. You're delusional. You're delusional. Yeah, am I? Am I really, though? But on that note, I'll go to bed. Just get some rest. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. So he says, your mother immediately was hostile. Yeah, all our conversations are hostile. She's trying to get me to react to her. She's just a bitch. She's just a nasty bitch, my mother. She's like the most miserable. My stepfather's fucking miserable too. But, just whatever. She wants me to react that way. She can twist the script and say, "Oh, Andrew's the problem," and all the family, all the friends, everybody's like, "Oh, there we go. There's the evidence. Andrew punched a hole in the drywall." Meanwhile, she's been like abusing me, trying to get me to react for fucking months. She's been trying to get me to fucking like Hulk out, like the Incredible Hulk, for months. And eventually the dog that gets punched and punched and punched is gonna fucking react. And then when the dog reacts, they'll say, "Oh, it's all Andrew. Andrew's the one who's to blame." Meanwhile, she's an abusive narcissist. And then they'll call the cops, and they'll get a restraining order, and it'll be a nightmare. All right, guys. I think I'm going to go to bed. Peace out.